Welcome to Crypto Zoltan. What's up, crypto crew? You know that innovation is the name of the game, and today we're glassing a project that's working to truly redefine the foundation of crypto. But before we get into the weeds, here's a question for you. Can a cryptocurrency project solve the blockchain trilemma and strike the perfect balance between speed, scalability, and decentralization without making any sacrifices along the way? Let's find out. What is the ancient Aramaic word for silver? What the is Aramaic? Why do we care? Because we're talking about Kaspa. If Bitcoin is considered the digital gold, then Kaspa might just be the digital equivalent of silver. Kaspa's vision revolves around surpassing the constraints of Satoshi Nakamoto's original Bitcoin protocol while still adhering to its core principles. Unlike Bitcoin, which we can argue has solidified itself as a store of value rather than a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, Kaspa seeks to create a true transaction service operating at the speed of the internet. If you've seen my videos, you know I try to do my best to bring an honest, transparent review of each project. This video is no different. This is not a sponsored video, and I do not own any of the Kaspa token, even though it does sound pretty interesting. Help me help you, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more real altcoin reviews and crypto insights. Why Kaspa? Well, Kaspa draws an analogy between gold and silver, highlighting silver's historical role as a more circulative and acceptable payment compared to gold. It's no surprise to me that the project's logo is designed around a well-traded silver coin. The project aims to address key challenges for the next phase of this cryptocurrency evolution, emphasizing fast transactions and control over transaction ordering within the ledger. Kaspa focuses on quickly adding transactions to its records, making sure they're confirmed fast enough for most practical purposes. They aim for a speedy confirmation that's almost immediate, though not completely finalized right away. They do this by organizing how transactions are processed. They split the work in a way that makes things move quicker. This is called transaction sequencing, aka the ghostdag. What the does DAG stand for? Imagine this process like organizing a long line into smaller, faster moving groups. Instead of doing all the complicated work in one place, it separates it but still keeps everyone connected, accounted for, and validated. Leaning on proof of work helps to keep everyone in check when someone on the line tries to be sneaky. This speedy process helps to reduce transaction costs and makes using Kaspa smoother for people and easier to connect with websites or apps on the internet. The network's design also focuses on preventing front-running and manipulation threats by allowing peripheral nodes with a small fraction of the hash rate to mine blocks frequently, asynchronously, and ensures sub-second block times for pre-trade privacy and stealth transactions. Basically, we can use nodes with small computing power to mine blocks independently without having to follow a strict synchronized schedule. Kaspa emphasizes maintaining decentralization principles without compromising on instant confirmation capabilities, a path that diverges from existing crypto paradigms. That's right, Kaspa is completely open source, has no VCs, and no central authority. This speed and scalability, coupled with the proven security of proof of work, positions Kaspa as a compelling alternative in the landscape of digital currencies. I believe at the time of this recording, Kaspa is second to Solana in terms of transaction speed when comparing the two, with Kaspa at 1 block per second versus Solana at 2.5 blocks per second. Let's talk about the team. Kaspa was founded by Yonatan Sompolinsky, an Israeli computer scientist, Harvard postdoc, and founding scientist at DAG Labs. He was one of the researchers behind the ghostdag protocol and Ethereum's original roadmap. Kaspa was initially designed by research and development company DAG Labs, with financial support from investment firm Polychain. Kaspa is currently a community project with no central governance or business model. However, the contributors to the project who help push Kaspa forward are listed on the website and are doxed. We can also assume that there are key individuals who own large portions of the Kaspa coin from its early days. Let's break down the tokenomics. The maximum supply of Kaspa coins is set at 28.7 billion with a circulating supply of 21.7 billion. This token is mineable, and if you're interested in mining Kaspa, there is a link on the website to calculate mining profits to see if it is worth it. Kaspa's tokenomics are structured so that it has an emission schedule that halves the emission rate once per year. This reduction occurs smoothly on a monthly basis. This helps slow down how many new coins come out, affecting how fast prices might go up over time, helping to maintain a more stable value for the cryptocurrency over the long term. Kaspa was fair launched in November 2021 with no pre-mine, pre-sales, or coin allocations. This fair launch approach emphasizes decentralization, transparency, and and community-driven management. As always, we can't just talk about how awesome Kaspa is and what their community is trying to do in the digital payment space. We have to ask, what are the potential downsides to Kaspa, and can it compete with other projects? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt can be challenging to some, but I think it may be better to bring these concerns to light and acknowledge them, address them, solve them, and in some cases, debunk them. So let's get into it. Critics have targeted Kaspa for its use of a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, aligning it with the broader debate around reducing carbon emissions, which is especially prominent in the US mainstream narrative. However, in my opinion, it seems like comparing apples to oranges when drawing parallels between Kaspa's ghostdag and, for instance, Bitcoin. The energy consumption involved in Kaspa's operations appears considerably lower than what's typically used as a comparison against proof-of-work blockchains. Moreover, delving deeper into the ESG, environmental, social, and governance narrative, raises questions about the compatibility and potential contradictions between the world's largest asset management firm's stance and the introduction of a Bitcoin spot ETF. But that is a different conversation for a different show. This leads us into the second issue, which is community understanding and ultimate adoption. Blockchain tech is already confusing to most as it is, let alone talks about alternative cryptographic methods trying to innovate digital transactions. That being said, most people don't need to necessarily understand how something works for them to use it in mass. For example, we all carry smartphones, but most of us don't know how they actually work. The beauty of something like the iPhone is that it is frictionless, instantly understandable, and conveys social stature. All of which, in my opinion, Kaspa will need to mirror in order to be able to cast a web large enough for mass adoption. These can be difficult to achieve given our traditional payment methods, the advancements of central bank digital currencies, and potentially the lack of centralized funding towards the project. The last larger criticism people tend to mention is the lack of smart contracts. Smart contracts could pose some challenges to Kaspa, and it is something that contributors are currently brainstorming over. I personally don't think this is the biggest concern given what I think the main idea of Kaspa is, and I think the project is pretty robust in its own right, but smart contracts would be really interesting and potentially further facilitate future adoption, especially if this project ends up gaining more traction and lists on some major centralized exchanges. The future of Kaspa has the potential to be bullish if the project continues to adapt, innovate, and break down barriers to entry. If we look at the community surrounding Kaspa, we see that it has a very healthy and active following on X at 185,000 followers. The project has a well-built-out Discord server along with a fast-moving Telegram channel of 35,000 members. Kaspa is yet to be listed on major cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, or Crypto.com. This means that there could be a significant potential for growth once listed. If we couple that with a potential upcoming bull run in the overall crypto space, we could see a large influx of retail investors flowing back into the space looking for high potential altcoins. Kaspa could be positioned to benefit from this influx of interest and FOMO, especially since it is aligned with many of the same principles of Bitcoin. Finally, if the contributors to Kaspa can figure out a successful way to implement smart contracts and do it in a new or innovative way, it could lead the project to the forefront of the space, furthering interest and adoption. All right, crypto crew, that's a wrap on our Kaspa journey. We explored how this project is in pursuit of that sweet spot between speed, decentralization, and scale. Now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think the future looks like for Kaspa? Is there any other competition out there that threatens to knock them out of the running? Drop your thoughts down in the comments section below. Remember, crypto never sleeps, so keep your eyes peeled for more real altcoin reviews and crypto insights. Don't miss out. Hit that like button and make sure to subscribe so you can be involved in the conversation. Until next time, thanks for watching Crypto Zoltan.